this chapter that we are going to go through is approximation and estimation. Still talking. And then when I ask you, you don't know you are talking. Okay. So the first thing first is to understand what it means, the English. What is approximation and estimation? Akshay, drama club. English should be very good. Never mind.
Okay.
Ayo, so now you quiet. Singing should be very good. Can you sing us what is approximation and estimation? Not quiet. Okay.
Huh?
Okay lah, everyone will have a CCA lah. Later you will have. Okay. And CC, don't put your head on your table. Sit up straight. Okay. Approximation and estimation means roughly. Okay? It means this number is roughly this number. That is the most important thing that you must have in mind. Approximation and estimation means it's roughly the number. Okay? So, let's say I have 3,426 people in a building. But I don't need to know so exact. I don't need to know until exactly 26 people. I want to just know roughly how many people are in that building. So that is when I do approximation and estimation. Okay? So roughly how many people? I can say to lesser accuracy, this is the most accurate already. There are exactly 3,426 people. But I can say it is roughly, this is the sign we use, it is not exactly equal, but it is roughly, I can say it is roughly 3,430. Yeah. So it is roughly 3,430. So when we don't need to give until the exact 1 people, we give it to the tens. We look at the 1 and then decide to either round up or round down. Okay? So this is accurate to tens. So if this number is 5 or bigger, we round up, meaning 2 becomes 3. If this number is 4 or less, 0 to 4, then we round down. If it's 5 to 9, we round up. Okay? I believe when we were going through the correction for your WA1, I already briefly tell you all why already. Okay? Because 26 is closer to 30 than 20. So when we roughly say it is this number, that's why we round up. Okay? It can be even less exact. This one is still quite exact until the tens. We can also roughly say it is around 3,400 people. Or even less exact. We can say it is roughly 3,000 people. Okay? So it is a number that is not very far from 3,426. Okay? So it is roughly this number. This number is roughly this number. Okay? This is the most important thing. Whether we are rounding off to decimal place, significant figure, which you all will be learning, it is always roughly that number. Okay? Then let us look at something that you all have learned before. Rounding off a number to decimal places. Let's say I have 3.15246789. If we are talking about rounding numbers off to decimal place, short form DP, we look at the number and think to ourselves, what is each of the decimal place? Okay, decimal place we count by the digit behind the dot. Meaning 1 here is 1 decimal place. 5 here is the second decimal place because it is the second digit after the point. 2 is the third decimal point. 4 is the fourth decimal point. 5th decimal point. 6th decimal point. 7th decimal point. 8th decimal point. So on and so forth. Okay? The more decimal point, the more exact or the less exact?
The more exact.
Okay? Chandler says more exact. Okay? It's correct. Because the accuracy gets higher and higher. Okay? Measurement. Let's say I'm measuring the thickness of this marker. It is, if I go and measure very exact, it may be around 2.956784326 centimeters. If I have an instrument that can measure until so exact. The more decimal point I have, the more exact is the measurement. Okay? But if my measurement is not so exact, maybe it will measure until only 2.96 yet. So the lesser decimal point, the less exact. Okay? So when it comes to rounding off to decimal point, we always look at the more exact number to decide the final decimal points digit that we want. Okay? So the idea is still the same. 5 or bigger, then we round off, round up. 0 to 4, we round down. So let us take a look back at this number. Now it is exact until 8 decimal point. But if I don't need it to be so exact, I just want it to be roughly round it off to 7 decimal point. Then to determine the 7th decimal point, all the front don't change already. Okay? The very front one don't change already. To determine the 7th decimal point, I need to look at the 8th one. I need to look at the more exact one. Since it is larger than, it is 5 or larger, means this number 6, 7, it is closer to 6, 7, 9 than 6, 7, 8. So I have to round up my 8 to 9. So this one is correct or exact until 7 decimal point. Okay? Rounding off numbers to decimal points. How many decimal place? 10. And WA1 we go through before. All these decimal point got a name. This one is called the tenth. This one is called the hundredth, thousandth, 10,000th, 100,000th with a TH behind. Okay? Can Okay? So now we practice some work. Okay, now you need your textbook already. Please take out your textbook, turn to page 79. Exercise 3.1. work with question 3 first, because we just talked about decimal place. Okay? We do one question together, then you do the rest. Question 1.
So which page? Oh, this one is textbook.
Textbook.
So where's the page? Oh, here.
79. 23. Question 3 first. 3A. 23.69. This number got how many decimal place? Why do people say 3? Decimal place are we only count the digits after the decimal point. So in this number we have 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place. Okay? So if we want to round this number off to 1 decimal place, it should still be a number that is roughly this number.
So, you look a lot.
Yes. Okay? So we want to decide what is the 1 decimal place number. We have to look at the 2nd decimal place number. Since this is 9, that means it is 23.69 is closer to rounding up this number, 23.7. It is closer to 23.7 than if we don't round up, it is 23.6. But right now, because this is 9, this original number is closer to 23.7 and not 23.6. So we have to give the answer as 23.7. We have to round up the 1 decimal place. Okay? Simple? Simple. Try B, C, and D. Already done. Very good. Not done one. Try now. Very fast one. 1 minute should finish. Question 3, B, C, and D. Oh, why I just say only and then you ask? Okay, start to try. One minute should finish. I walk 1 round. You all should have, everyone should have finished already. I thought you want to share, and now we share. This one is error. Well done. CC. Sit down straight. I think must tie you to the chair. I go and find one string and tie you. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, quick one. Double check your answer. And make sure you use the correct symbol. It should be a curly equal sign. Okay? Because this number is smaller than 5, we don't round up. Okay? 0.72 is closer to 0.7. C. 0.825. This number got 3 decimal place. We don't care about the third one. When we are rounding off to 1 decimal place, we only look at the 2nd decimal place. So 2nd decimal place is 2, means the 1 don't round up. 0.8. 13.456. 1 decimal place. So I only look at second decimal place. Since it is 5 or more, we round up. It is closer to 13.5. Okay. Okay. Next. Round off the following number to 2 decimal place. Question 4. You all try first.